One. Guys, welcome back to the Reality Sanctum podcast. Yeah, we start that quickly here. Welcome back to the Reality Sanctum podcast. I'm your host, Mrjayowhy. And of course, not forgetting our co-host, Thhe. For episode 4, we have a fun show planned for you today, and we will be discussing the fallout of the Fracture live event and the launch of Chapter 4. And today, our guest, he has 300,000 on TikTok and is climbing his way slowly to 100k on YouTube. Our today's guest is Klarque Clint. Introduce yourself, Klarque.
Is that my cue to come up?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's
up?
Clipped L. Man, I was gonna do something like really cool and come up.
No worries.
What's up, guys?
It's good.
Hold on, gentlemen. Hold on. I'm trying to get the link to your podcast.
I'm also trying to close things. I'm panicking. Not gonna lie to you.
Me too. TikTok. That is your cue to go over to Jay's YouTube channel. That is his link. Twitch. This is your cue to go over to your link. And then finally, YouTube. This is your cue to go over to Jay's channel. And there is your link. Get over there. Everybody go over to Mrjayowhy's podcast. I'm ending my stream here. I love you guys. I'm going to see you over there. Let's do this.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
I just want to say before we start, I hear everyone talk about the England game. Now, look, my audience is at least 70% North and South America. So it ain't an issue. And it's like 10% United Kingdom. And I can't really tell from that how many England part of it, it could be Wales, Scotland. I don't know. But it's fine. It's fine, okay? Okay, it's fine. Guys, what do you make of the scenery? We changed this. We used to have like lore elements. We had like the Ice King's table. We had the rocket. I mean, if you can see, I've kind of left the visitors thing in
pod.
Yeah, the pod. That's it. Talking about podcasts.
Freaking pill.
Yeah, I've shrunk it down. I've shrunk it down. But yeah, how you think the Christmas vibe? We've decorated for the first Christmas show of the Christmas season. I mean, it might be lost. There's only one more Saturday until then. The 24th will be the next Saturday.
You know what it's missing? There's only one thing that's missing here. Okay. As a model train guy, I'm very offended that Christmas tree has no train around it. However, because Fortnite doesn't formally have any trains in the game, I will give you a pass. But other than that, it's perfect, sir. Absolutely gorgeous.
No worries.
Now, before we continue, I do just have one thing I need to show you, Clint. It's this.
Talk to me. Oh God. Dude. Oh my God. That damn bro. That damn emote.
Like, what even is that meant to be?
You know what? I'm just gonna sit here like this.
I know what it's meant. Really, the whole show?
Yeah. Why not?
Why are you like this? You know what? I'm gonna make sure that my emotes are equipped. Hold on a second. Let me just get ready here. Where is it? Where is emote?
Oh, that was a bit AO.
Yeah, that was a little bit.
No, that was.
Hold on, I need to grab my equipment.
Chat. Let me just say, talking about changing the background, I was sort of having an inner discussion with myself about changing like the podcast studio. And I reckon we will have the same problem that Fortnite has with their maps. Once we change it, everyone will want this map back. Everyone will say, no, this podcast was better. But eventually it will change, and I hope that you will like it. But that's in the planning stages at the moment.
Listen, I just appreciate how shiny these desks are. Okay.
Yeah,
these very shiny desks are absolutely gorgeous. Like it's amazing.
Hey,
makes me
no, what's
my own podcast studio, not just to rip you off.
You can do your own one. It's fine. Oh no, I was in your chat yesterday, and you didn't understand what I was saying. So I'm going to say it now because it's much easier to explain now. When you were saying about, I don't know how much information. I won't say his name, but the other person who was meant to be on the podcast show.
The other person that was meant to be in the podcast?
Yeah. Tommy? No?
Oh, yeah, what about him?
And he couldn't arrive. So basically what I said, I mean, he did have a choice between Mrjayowhy and then streaming with Cypher and Typical Gamer. So, I mean...
well, I mean, if
we'll get him
I had
eventually.
to pick, clearly I'm going with you, Jay. But I mean, look, I can stream with Cypher anytime, right?
Fair enough.
Hang on. Ask yourself this question: do any of them have a dope podcast like this? No. Okay. All right.
Exactly.
Fair enough. Anyway, I don't even have to look at the script. The first question of the day is what we made of the Fortnite Fracture live event. So, Klarque, I want to start off with you.
Oh God. Real quick, I want to be respectful of your platform. Cussing, no cussing. What's your policy on that?
Not too regular, but I mean, if you drop one, you drop
Okay.
one. That's just kind of funny.
Okay.
You
all
drop
right, no
one, we
problem.
don't mind. Just don't go overboard.
Okay, so all right, damn. All right,
Damn.
I'll keep it clean. That was the
You thought.
most incredible, spectacular piece of crap that I've ever seen in my entire life. I was deeply disappointed. It was unfortunately what I expected it to be, which was a completely, how do I say this?
Anticlimactic.
Not just anticlimactic, but it left more questions than gave answers, and that's what.
Exactly.
And been, in my opinion, over the last, all you know, let me say this real quick. Chapter, and I think I told you this before, Jay, but chapter 3 was just like the chapter of disappointment. Like everything about that chapter was disappointing. The events, the seasons, like not to say that there wasn't any good stuff in there, but it was just like, in terms of the story, it was so disappointing. The only season that we really got like really solid good story was chapter or season 2.
Yes.
But after that, like it just, I don't know, it just fell off the rails in my opinion.
I think Zero War was the issue there. They had to finish off Zero War, and they went into season 3 to try and finish off. And there's 2 more issues released in season 3. I think that made the pacing a little bit strange. So that's probably the reason that they slowed down for the Vibing season, and then for some reason kicked up a gear for the Fractured Live event.
Right.
I don't know if you noticed, we had a vote on the couple previous live streams ago about was the event a W or was it an L? And I said, whatever the decision is, chat, I don't care if you thought it was a W, you're going to have to say it's an L if it's an L win. Guess what it was? It's 50-50. So the event's mid. The event is mid.
I feel like
Statistically speaking, the event is mid.
Yeah. Lit, do you want to chime in? Oh, you were saying something now. I kind of cut you off.
Now, I do have an opinion on this event, and I do think it's underwhelming, but I did still have a great time playing it. I'm not gonna lie, it was still a really fun event, and it still had its moments, but I do think it was just overall a little bit lackluster, left more questions than answers. But
Yes.
something I do want to mention is that most of that event was made, or correct me if I'm wrong, but it was probably made in Creative 2.0.
Yes, I did see someone saying that.
Seeing at least an event of that caliber being possible at anybody's whim coming soon, that's still incredible to me.
I guess.
Let me
Honestly,
actually, sorry,
yeah,
go ahead. Continue.
No, you go.
If I may give, not necessarily pushback, but if I may throw something in there, the fact that this was created on Creative 2.0 gives me concerns. What it does is it screams to me that, like, okay, if this is what Creative 2.0 is, if this is what Creative 2.0 is right now.
Hello? Is he good?
Like people actually utilizing it.
Yeah, you cut off really badly there, to be honest.
Because here's the deal: it wasn't just a storytelling perspective that was disappointing. It was the fact that, like, people couldn't participate in the event. I'd probably argue 50% of the people that actually tried to participate in it probably had problems. Train of that is because of Jay's stats, where he asked, "Did you like it? Did you not?" The people that liked it, I don't see anybody that couldn't participate in that event not actually liking it, saying that they liked it, right?
Okay.
The 50% of the people that, like Jay, for example, that you polled that said, "Hey, I enjoyed this," the majority of those people, if not all of them, were actually able to participate in it. But even then, people who were able to participate, a lot of them still had problems too. You know what I mean? I don't blame people for liking it. The only issue is just like, in terms of an event, like, if I can't even participate in the event that you have, that's a problem. And the fact that this is off the Creative 2.0 engine, damn it, Lit. The fact that this is off the Creative 2.0 engine, it concerns me about the future of Creative 2.0. I have a feeling it might get pushed back past January, but
yeah. Your mic was cutting out in there, but it was fine for the last part on that. But we will keep an eye on that. We switch over to Discord, and if that becomes a.
Oh, did it cut out?
We got a gist of it. No, you hated the event.
Cuts out for 2 seconds, and then you'll come back. It doesn't really.
Yeah, so
we'll see.
it's fine at the moment. We keep it. Yeah. See, don't talk rubbish about their game. That's what they do to you. They're watching now, and they make your life hell.
Something I really do. Oh,
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Something I do want to say about the event is that it was found in the files that there was at least one deleted scene, and I was talking to Jay about this before we started the podcast, but it was a deleted scene where one of the motherships from the last reality flew over the 0 point once the, everything fractured and tried to absorb it, where it immediately absorbed it and then blew up to the 0 point's power. I don't know why we couldn't have gotten that. That would have just been some nice fan service, but it's a little disappointing that we didn't get that.
And the only thing I can think of, it doesn't make sense to the storyline, or as we were talking about, it's kind of like a deliberate sort of, how do I say it, like make you think like something else is going to happen. Like Marvel would always do this, putting the Hulk in the Infinity War trailer, even though he didn't Hulk out in that film. So to be deliberately misleading. So I guess if it did leak, they would, there'd be different alternatives, and it didn't happen. So maybe that was the reason why. I don't know if you saw this alternative ending, Klarque.
I did. The thing that stood out to me about it, this is what it was in, from like a storytelling perspective, right? Is that like that ending is more profound than the one that we got, because it gave context to what the whole point of the Herald's mission was.
Yes.
The whole point is like, okay, the last reality, or the nothing, clearly wants to expose to what end, right? Why? Yeah. And to say to destroy it, I don't think it's to destroy it. I think it's to probably utilize it, but to what ends, right? Like 0 point. But unfortunately, that's not the conclusion that we got from that cutscene. What we got was just it was like far worse. It was just like the 0 point kind of just fades out of existence. And I guess we're supposed to assume that it teleported to a different reality, and then that's where we pick up during the live event, right? But it's just like there's a lack of context. But yeah, I did see the
I think the 0 point remained in the exact same place though, right? Like everybody just fractured away from reality 0.
Judging
0 point is still at the exact place of the entirety of the Omniverse, right?
No. From
Like-
what we were, at least what we're led to believe from the dialogue that Amie event, looks like we're in a totally different reality.
Yeah.
Because there was that line, Jay, I think you pointed this out to me, the line where she's like, we're somewhere we're far away from home, or something like that. I forget what the exact line was.
The coordinates are off. We are no longer at home or something. Yeah, it was something like that. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but
I must have missed something, because like my thinking was like the 0 point was completely fractured. We had to push it back together, and the whole point of the Paradigm's mission was to sacrifice her entire reality for it, which is why the 0 point fractured back together its own island.
I don't think Reality 659 got. Is that what you mean by the Paradigm's realities?
Yeah.
I don't think Reality 659 was never even mentioned, as far as I know.
I think that's where Paradigm was, and the reality waves grabbed it from 659 and pulled it into wherever we are now. So we might not even be in that reality. But I'm pretty sure we moved from some of the dialogue, and even Donald Mustard, I keep forgetting, his location is reality unknown. So I feel like we have moved, and there's some significance to that, but we don't know it. But there's an issue with the whole event, not really, what we had in sort of challenges and stuff, the whole nothing challenges. I mean, that kind of makes sense, but the last week of Paradise challenges, I mean, the Loop Breaker project was mentioned, stuff like that. It didn't really correlate to anything that actually happened in the event. It was honestly two already sort of rendered cutscenes made to just bring hype, I guess.
Yeah. I really wish there was a fight against the Herald, dude. Oh my gosh. We couldn't have had that.
Yeah, if we had that as like a playable cutscene, something like where we went into the bridge and the Foundation was talking to one another, we saw that sort of take place and we can sort of go around, move around. That would have been kind of cool, but it was just not a generic cutscene. That's probably one way of phrasing it. But it was just a cutscene that we couldn't really get involved with.
Let me say this real quick. Listening to what Lit's account of the events, and then my account, and then Jay's account of the events, right? This exposes a huge problem, because there's no definitive, because we can't reasonably track where the story is going. Everything, unfortunately, is kind of left open to a certain level of interpretation.
Yeah.
And I understand like where Lit's coming from. He's like, oh, well, weren't we like didn't Paradigm like sacrifice herself in her reality? And it's like, did she? It's like I come to that conclusion, but it's just like the storytelling. I think this is an example of poor storytelling. There's ways to leave stories open as a writer. Like there's ways to have good storytelling, leave stories open ended.
Of course.
But at the same time, there are certain, like when you don't give your audience really anything concrete to sink their teeth into, there's no emotional payoff. I don't feel like I've like after someone who studied the story very intently for all of chapter 3, I don't feel like I got any good payoff to what events took place in that chapter ending. You see what I'm saying? Like it's
like something that leads into something that leads into something else, and then we have to like obviously I'm going to get more into the chapter 4 storyline, but we've now got new threats or new sort of fractions and stuff.
Threats. We haven't heard anything about the nothing.
That's the point.
He, like hyped up the entirety of the season and didn't show up. Wasn't even mentioned.
No, the Herald popped up, turned really big, and blew up the island. Didn't you see? That was the nothing's plan.
That's another thing.
All
That's
along.
another thing. The Herald wasn't particularly powering herself up throughout the entire season, just spreading chrome. Why couldn't she have done what she did at the end of the season, at the beginning of the season?
That
didn't make sense.
I think, well, actually, hold on. I think the reason for that, and once again, this is all up to interpretation, but I think, well, so think of it like this, right? Remember how when you were playing on the map, right? How she was like looking at the tree, the reality tree, through that little orb of hers, and she was, you know, like doing something to it. I think what was happening was she was taking energy from the 0 point, which is why it became dormant.
Yes.
She was taking energy from the 0 point to charge the reality tree to basically become like a bomb. When it had enough 0 point energy, she was basically going to be able to use the power of the chrome to ignite the bomb within the from the energy. Like, I guess if you mix chrome and 0 point energy, it becomes a bomb, and the reality tree was the vessel for the bomb.
Yeah, the reality tree was a fuse, basically. And once she touched it, it ignited.
Yeah.
That would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, I think that's
like how the 0 point energy going straight from the reality tree into the 0 point would be like one of the fuse ties that are on bombs.
But that's what
kind
of that's kind of what was implied in season 3. Because like when the scientist was around and we were doing all the quests, and he was like, I think freeing the 0 point was a mistake, and we were finding out that the tree was kind of taking energy from the 0 point, right? And then we found out like later on the 0 point was crying for help. It goes dormant. Like it all kind of ties together and kind of makes sense. The issue is though, like we really don't. And this is the problem with Fortnite, right? Their villains, like they have interesting concepts for villains, but like what do we really come from?
No, we don't really know
assume that
much
she
about
was. Yeah, like everybody assumed like she was kicking it in the tree and then like kind of escaped, but like we never saw that, you know?
Yeah, I guess. In terms of that, they do it like that's the next thing we're going to get on in terms of like the season and the map. The chapter 3 map itself had all these POIs that hinted towards Midas. We had the Foundation statue door. We had noises from the Rave Caves sort of tunnel. I guess that could have been like when they drilled through from the bridge, and I guess it was never meant to be a thing. But then why add weird animal noises? Which then people say, oh, is that Columbo? Is that the Devourer? And then even we had the Devourer sort of then amounted to absolutely nothing. I guess it's a cool Easter egg back to chapter 1. And then to sort of say maybe the chapter 1 map was built by the chapter 2 and chapter 3 map. That's why there was similar things on the map. And I mean, we had the mech as well, the mech arm. But we had all these things. Some of them did lead to something, obviously, but most of them didn't really lead to anything.
So, wow, this is just wild. I'm about to make one of the hottest takes y'all are ever gonna hear.
Okay.
All right. I swear I'm going to get canceled on the Bird app that I don't even use.
Do it.
But if you ask me, after seeing about everything that's happened in Chapter 3 and the events and Fracture alone, I think Fortnite Chapter 3 should have lasted one more year and ended on a Season 8.
Wowzers. Maybe one more season, but 8...
It felt so incredibly rushed trying to get itself into Chapter 4.
I heard that. Yeah.
The wrong button. Hold on. Where was it?
Oh,
Going?
Hey, everybody loves me.
Bruh.
Oh, I
No
was
way.
lied to.
no way.
But
Uh,
so you
But
had another
okay, at
year.
least one more season, right?
Maybe a season. I would argue maybe a season because they seem to have rushed all the challenges at the end. I mean, we had 1 week of Paradise, and we had the nothing challenges like 2 or 3 weeks later, and we had nothing
So-
for like 6 weeks, and then we had the Paradise again. So it was.
So hold on a second. If that's the case, if you think that we should have had one more season, then this is what I want. Then this is what I ask you. Then, what would that season look like?
Okay, I'm thinking mostly chrome everywhere.
Oh God.
Lots of flying POIs. We get those flying animals that we were always teased about. We'd get planes back, helicopters, all this cool stuff. It would be like a season called Skyborn or something. Well, most of the time you're on the ground, and like if you walk into chrome anything, you would instantly turn into a chrome blob. And just like it's kind of like season 7 and season 8 of chapter 2, where it's the same villain, Last Reality, but one season built up the actual threats, and then the next season was the threats.
Yeah.
So, okay, because I hear what you're saying, but your concept, is that better than what we got now than chapter 4?
Listen, I love chapter 4, but I think the reason why chapter 2's story was so good, at least in my opinion, was because it had time. And chapter 3 didn't have time. It only had a year.
Right, but hang on, I'm not talking about the story. I'm just talking about like I think your concept is really interesting. I think it's really good, right? But do you think that because I'm thinking about this from a business standpoint now, right? The concept that you gave is that to think, okay, is that going to keep people's attention and like get more people's eyes on the game if I go chapter 3 season kind of resetting Fortnite altogether and doing chapter 4? Is that going to get like which one's going to get me more eyeballs? What can we implement into like the augmentations, the different what's gonna bring people the new graphics? What's going to reset our player base and get people more excited about the game, right?
Oh,
and
no,
I think
throw in Attack on Titan.
on Attack on Titan.
They just need to make an anime
Honestly-
collab, and then they're fine.
Honestly, taking inspiration from Clark's name, literally Chrome is going to be his kryptonite. Chrome is his kryptonite.
He is.
Obviously, Clark Kent. For those of you who didn't know, literally his kryptonite. But I mean, didn't we have? There was meant to be a possible loading screen that did show the statue possibly coming back. I don't know if that was a mock-up of someone render, but someone said there was a loading screen that was never used that had the foundation statue in it. It might be fake. There was a lot of fake stuff flying around at some point in that event. After and before the event, there was a load of fake stuff on there. But I mean, if the statue comes back, then it might have some relevance. But we had so much on the map that wasn't ever used. So bit of a rip there.
Can I also say, does it feel like the entirety of chapter 3 was all to get rid of like the previous storyline about the 7 and the IO?
Probably.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm glad, because you got to think of it like this, right? The issue that Fortnite has made with making a lot of their core characters, that they're going to be very limited on being able to use them in the future, and also like when it comes to budget restraints, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Foundations cost an arm and a leg.
The Rock is a very expensive person to get. I'm also a Transformers fan. One of the Transformers series 10 years ago had The Rock as a character for one episode, and that used up the majority of the budget. Like we were supposed to have
God.
Wowzers.
a plethora more of like characters on the Autobot and Decepticon side.
No
But
way.
they couldn't do it because in order to animate budget on getting The Rock for the first episode for like 5 minutes of dialogue, and he never came back.
Oh,
So
no way.
I have
At
no
least
idea
Fortnite
how
could do a
much
couple
epic.
seasons.
Did that like kill the
Well,
series? Or did it just...
It didn't. No, the series was actually one of the best
Okay, fair enough.
made. But the issue is that like there's a lot of characters and a lot of things that we didn't get that we could have had if they just decided not to get a celebrity to voice one of their characters for one episode for 5 minutes. So what I'm saying is, like, when it comes to Fortnite now, right? They probably have a bigger budget, but the issue is that to like keep getting The Rock to keep coming back season after season after season, that's going to be very expensive, and I highly doubt Epic is going to want to keep paying one person. And now they've got him, they've got Brie Larson, and then the dude that voices the scientist was Jeff from Community.
Joel McHale.
You know what? Why did they make their 3 most important 7 members like extremely expensive actors?
Exactly. And
notice
what they, because so now, because see, now it's up in the air. Like, we don't really know if the 7 are dead or alive. It's kind of ambiguous, right? But if they never come back, it's just like, well,
I
died, you know. But that's why, because it's probably like there's the in-universe answer, right? Like, okay, the Chrome killed them off, but the real world answer is like expensive to keep in our story.
Yeah, I guess that'd be an issue. Money talks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I think compared to Brie Larson, no offense, but compared to Brie Larson and Dwayne Johnson, I think Joel would be a little bit further down. Even though he's a good actor, like, I don't know if anyone watched Stargirl. He's a Starman in Stargirl, good series, but it's obviously on a different level.
That's true. Like, he's not. He's a fantastic actor, but you can't compare him to The Rock. All
right. Cool. So let's take what happened in the actual Fracture Live event and my prediction to what was going to happen in it, and let's see which is better.
Okay.
Obviously, we have the normal Fracture Live event, and my idea was that we would start the event, the entire island would be covered in chrome except Loot Lake, where we would all be stationed at.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, there would be like some kind of ritual portal, whatever the thing, opened up by the Herald. Nothing starts coming through in the cube cradle. Because my idea was that the Nothing is stationed inside the cube cradle. And I figured since the loop is breaking, we would be able to play as different characters. So like as the loop is starting to break because of the Loop Breaker project, we would get a shot of all the members of the 7 that went missing up on the cube cradle, slowly coming back from the chrome and have to escape while playing as those characters.
That would have been neat.
That would have been way better.
And I made that into I made that into a clip on TikTok. That's got some good responses, and people are still responding that would have been a better alternative than what we got. But I presume the Loot Breaker project is a longer, because it was too late to mention in the day. Oh wait, what's the Loot Breaker project? I presume it's I don't know, a storyline that will come up in Chapter 4. But I mean, we did tether ourselves to the 0 point. Jones was saying we needed to tether ourselves to 0 point energy. So maybe when everyone did Chrome, we were all okay because we were all tethered to 0 point energy. So we may have all respawned in the next loop, and anyone who was outside the loop may have resetted that. They may be back inside the loop. So everyone had to then escape the loop. And the tilted tower clock, I don't know if you remember, it was going fast. So maybe that's the passive time. I don't know. Like as Klarque's already mentioned, it's like very ambiguous of where the storyline's going, and it's like a lot of headcanon, unfortunately, at this current point.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. You know, here's the thing. That's where Fortnite is kind of relying on. I even think like content creators like us to kind of keep the story going. See, they could really care less about it. I do want to say this. Lit, your concept of what you thought like would be really good. Like, I never thought about the idea of actually being able to put. I'm sorry. What?
Continue.
You're just gonna. I'm just gonna move over here. You know. Anyway. Wow. Just we're gonna share a mic now. Is this what?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's up?
Anyway, I think I never imagined actually being able to play as different members of the 7. But once again, the issue with that is, okay, well, now we have to pay the voice actors to to do this event, right? I always kind of thought that the Loot Breaker project was, and this is why this event felt so weird to me. Normally, when we have a live event, there's going to be changes that appear on the Fortnite island, right? So, like when the Collider popped up on the map, we were able to see, you know, the kind of it was alluding to the construction of it. We were seeing small little things happen.
A countdown
the magic
timer.
order the countdown time. Like, there's all sorts of stuff that was going on the map that we could see happening. This chapter, like what Lit was saying, and this was kind of my idea, right? I had the same idea. Like, okay, why aren't we seeing more chrome? Like, everything should just end up becoming chrome over time, right? Like,
What
you
they
see the
did
whole island.
in season 8. They made the entire island corrupted by the end of it.
Yeah, by the
Yeah,
cubes,
I don't know
right?
why they couldn't.
The
do
issue
that
is they did chrome the entire island, but we saw that in a pre-rendered cutscene, and you couldn't.
That's the
You couldn't.
problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what I'm saying is like how do I say this? Historically in Fortnite, it's the build up to that event which is what makes it exciting. But after like when we came down to like when we had that last 2 weeks of the season,
Yeah.
we didn't really get any map updates. There were no really major changes to the map.
No. No.
So I was thinking that what would have been cool. This is my idea. What would have been cool is, hey, Chrome's covering the island. I'm going to steal Lit's idea about Loot Lake because that makes well, yeah, of course, it's a good idea. First one you've had. Anyway, no, like the idea of like protecting Loot Lake because that's where the 0 point is, right? So building a line of defense, and there's already infrastructure where the collider was. But building a line of defense around the 0 point, making that our last stand, but also recruiting Midas. I could see this now, right? During the live event, you know, you have Jonesy coming. He says, "Activate Project Loot Breaker," right?
Yeah.
And you see like a nice pair of shoes walking down the hallway, right? Cut to the back of somebody, you know, walking down this hallway towards a bright light, out to the exterior of the hallway, and then walking into the camera frame, you would see Midas. And for the
that
first
was so
time,
good. That was so good.
We get to hear Midas's voice.
Oh, Matthew Mercer as well. Crisp
And
voice.
so then what happens is Midas is talking to us, and Midas is Wait, what?
Imagine it. He walks
I know,
into
right?
the
That's kind of
scene. He looks straight at everyone. Looks at
anyone else getting
loopers
chills just thinking about Midas like, looking to the camera.
I mean, a
He
bit
looks
sauce,
into the
but
camera.
yeah.
But
He looks into the camera, looks at all the loopers, and like members of the 7, and goes like, right?
No, not the looper, not the looper talk. No, it'd be real talk.
What I think would have been cool is like if Midas had have been giving everybody on, okay, I need you to calibrate this here, Jonesy. I need you to make sure that these people over here are doing this, right?
Yeah.
Giving because he's done this before.
Of course.
And so what it's alluding to is like this whole time Jonesy has been in contact with Midas, and then maybe we have some cutscene. Once again, establishing characters, establishing, you know, people who have been following the story since chapter 2, giving them, you know, payoff to their loyalty for like, oh my god, the diehard Midas fan here actually talk, right? Midas, you know, and Jonesy be like, you know, having a cutscene where he's like, Jonesy's like, listen, I know that you have a very difficult, and this is kind of going against everything that you wanted to do, but in a way, we're setting everyone free here, like you wanted. And then Midas says, yeah, but at what cost? Like that. Which like it that establishes stakes. It establishes Midas's character. It establishes Jonesy's character. It's just
it establishes my idea that he stole.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't steal it. I just
He worked on it. He worked on it. All right.
I see how it is.
All right. I do believe. No, you did cut it a few times there. We're probably going to move to Discord.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
Ah, darn. All right.
Yeah. No worries.
1 sec. Let me get ready.
All right. No worries.
Add us to a group chat. 1 second, chat.
Let me mute everybody here.
Okay.
Actually, hold on, Jay. Jay, I'm not gonna mute you yet until we get in the Discord call. Hold on.
All right. So I'll start it. Hold on.
Do you want me to call you?
Yeah. And then we invite Lit in symbols.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get here. Yes.
Okay, Venom.
Perfect. Okay. Now let me
And
meet you again.
then, hold on, if I add a Lit in. Great.
My game hates me.
Oh wait, no, we've got to start with another call. Hold on.
We have to leave here and go on the other one.
Yeah.
There we go.
I do to lead the other one. Oh no, wait, have I left
I
the other
hate
one?
how this, but
Okay, Lit's probably just
Also-
setting up. Maybe in a minute. Cool.
Wait, lit already? All right, friend request that. All right.
Anyway, chat, thanks for the 29 likes. Appreciating that. Awesome stuff. And I did see a member. I haven't forgotten. Bebop Beats. Thanks for the 2 months membership. Let's go. Awesome. Awesome. Are you good, Lit? Oh, yeah, or you just If you're talking, Lit, I can't hear.
Box, bro. Yeet.
Yeet.
This is absolutely, bro. He's out of a closet, bro. Jay, let him out of the closet, please. Jay,
Is it what? Is he? I don't know. Oh, is he?
Jay, he let him out of the closet, Jay. All right, he's stuck in there.
Where is he? Will you tell me where he is?
Lit. Oh,
Oh, is it?
oh my goodness. That's better. My goodness. Bro, did you put like... Wait, hold on. Still, now it sounds like you're talking out of your coat pocket. My God, man, get it together. Oh, Lord.
Oh, we might actually have to switch it back to Fortnite chat and put up with it. This is live chat. Things happen. It's cool. It's cool.
I'm sorry. It's the Fortnite hates me. It's just like my... Oh, you know what? I could probably do... I don't know if that would... Voice mod, I could probably set it to my normal microphone.
Maybe. If not, we give
still there?
we give a little while to see if we can rectify it. If not, we'll go back because it was working. So it was kind of working. Okay, let's
I think he'll figure it out.
You figure it out easy.
You're using the same microphone, right?
No, console gamer, so I think he has to use a different mic. Unless he just takes the mic up to the... I think you can change it over, but it's just taking a bit of time.
Sorry, bro. That's why.
If it's a struggle, Lit, just type in chat and we just go back to Fortnite and we just,
Yeah. You just act like it's for the...
I mean, you kind of skip in here to be very Klarque as well.
Oh, man.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know what I could do, actually? I could, oh, no, that would... He said, let's go back in the game.
Okay, cool. No worries.
Wait, did you backed out of the... Hold on. Let me unmute Jay. Jay, you can still hear me, right?
Lit back out of chat.
He's back.
Hello?
We tried
chat.
Sorry.
Oh, it's what it is.
If I start cutting out like crazy again, just let me know.
Okay. It's cool. But yeah.
I think I just need to get a mic that I could use on my phone.
Yeah, it's like a headset or something.
Yeah, that would... I mean, the iPhone mics are quite good, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, iPhone microphones are actually really good. Like, if anyone's starting, like, streaming, or no, not streaming, but creating content. No, it's not that. Creating content. The iPhone mics are brilliant. I like to see people doing interviews with them, and it sounds like nice and crisp, and even the headphones themselves sound pretty nice. But, yeah, Chapter 3, Factor Event, could have been better. I feel like we had better ideas, but obviously I guess they got a longer plan for the story, and that's maybe why characters like Midas, the 7 are still currently unknown. All their whereabouts are unknown because Paradigm is, we don't know what happened to her. So it's just kind of a mess, but we will get, I guess we get more into that later on, I suppose. Saka, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Poggers in chat for that. Right, I think that's our conversation on the Fracture event. Unless anyone wants to add anything else to the cauldron before we move on.
Could have been better. That's it.
Okay, cool. Right, if you come with me, we're gonna do the trap game first. I think I got No trap game, but yeah.
Game?
Yeah.
Trap tunnel.
Trap tunnel. It's basically you just have to make it to the end. Just simple.
It just kicked me out. What is Jay? What kind
Just
of
come back in.
Oh my goodness.
It just kicked you out. Oh, rip.
Don't start yet.
Rip. Oh, are you back in?
Yes, he's already.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it kicked you out like you just went.
The moment you left, he got back in.
That must look funny on your screen. All right. Yeah. Basically, you just need to bait the traps, and you need to make it as long as you can. Hopefully, since we are in creative, hopefully lit doesn't grief. But yeah, whenever you're ready.
This is lit we're talking about.
This is lit. This is lit.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I really have no idea how I'm going to be able to do this, but all right.
I mean, we're on European servers, so your lag is going to be that's unfortunate. I forgot about that. You're on NA rest. That's unfortunate. You can try again.
No, I was able to beat it. That's just a skill.
Yeah, but he's west. You're east. West. You must be like the traps must be coming out half an hour.
I don't appreciate your condescending tone right now, sir. Okay, all right. This is my first time.
I don't appreciate your skill issue.
Mothers, you're distracted.
Oh no!
Stop! No, I'm just joking.
Keep it out of your head. Keep it out of your head. I need to change that. I got a checkpoint on another map. I need to get a checkpoint for this map. That's actually a good point.
How far did Tedious get in this when he did it?
How did I not? He made it all the way.
I went in too far.
Did he make it all the way? I had Tedious down. It's 10. I know Cyan completed it on second go. Dean completed it on first go. Lit completed it on second go.
Listen, okay, I'm a BR player, right?
That's fine. I mean, you do make maps. Maps that Lit takes full advantage.
Mother. Damn it.
Oh, wait,
I mean, that's kind of serves you right. That kind of serves you right. Okay, Lit. Don't grief on this go. We're trying to give him one more chance. He is on West, so maybe we might try his after stream if we move across servers.
No, actually, it's pretty smooth. I'm just being a bot. I'm gonna be totally honest.
Oh, yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Thought so.
He's on the second one. Got through the third. I think this beats his previous best. Fifth. Nice.
Now he beat his previous.
Oh, that's good.
What? Whoa.
It be the lag. It will really be the lag for you.
Does it go faster the more you go? What? I can't get past 5.
Oh, you can try one more go. It's fine.
Yeah, one more. Let me just. I got it.
I still find baiting traps so difficult. I've done them Caesar's fun run. Yeah, I mean the ones with the wall as well. That's difficult. I mean these are just floor traps at the moment.
Well, the wall ones you could just like stand on one side of the wall and just walk normally without it going off.
Yeah, but I mean when you got a floor trap as well and you get the whole. All right.
Thank God.
Hands are probably very sweaty at this point. Oh no.
So, Clint, can you tell me how your day is going?
Don't do it.
Today's actually fantastic. Here at the podcast with the boys, vibing, enjoying myself. You know what I mean? It's actually a really good time.
What do you have for breakfast?
Nothing. You know what I had for breakfast? I shoveled snow today, bro. All right, before I got on.
Oh wow.
And
I was like, all right, let me, I'm gonna run some Fortnite. Get ready for Jay's podcast. Let everybody know. Probably stream for a couple hours. You know what ended up happening? Get outside, mother.
No way. I don't
believe it.
That was a good run, though. That was a good one. What was it? 16, 17, 18.
Actually, I don't even think that was him grieving. I think I just messed up on that part.
Yeah, I don't know. We look at VAR. 18. I just count 18, which puts you above Tedious, I think, at the moment. But that's good. That's good. See, I'm absolutely rubbish at this game. I don't have a score yet because I'm terrible at this game.
Let's see you do it, Jay.
See, I can't even bait this trap. Oh my God.
Ooh. Oh wow. So that whole section is just safe. Okay, I see. Yeah, you doing? You can run right through after the. Oh, I see. It's been so long since I've messed with spike traps.
Oh, what do you get? 9, 8.
Here, let me try.
I feel like that one was quicker than the other ones. That's what happened to me. It was just like that one just.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I got to work on the spawn on that. Oh yeah, I did what you did. I need a return.
3.
There we go.
Come on.
Whew. Well, this 5. Trying to sprint over these.
6.
Oh no. Yeah, he didn't die! He didn't die! Oh no!
He baited my trap for me.
We actually survived that, no way.
helped him out.
10.
You actually, you really actually did help him out.
It wasn't placing the other way.
Oh, he's already on 15.
Yeah, don't mess up, bro.
This must be where the hands
mess
start
up, bro.
sweating. Wait,
Take a minute.
Wait, there's a hole?
I've never thought that you can take it. No, you won't be able to get it back in. Oh, let's not do that. Oh wow, I forgot you can build in this. Oh. Okay.
Oh, you little!
All right.
What happened? What happened?
All right, we're good. We're cool.
Man,
I mean, literally, you've already completed it, so it's cool. Right.
Yeah.
I didn't
just
see it.
thought I
I
could
never
get
saw it happen.
another
If I didn't see it, it didn't happen.
No, it didn't happen. Didn't happen.
This is cool. I like
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's so fine. Right, back to me, back in the studio.
All right, coming back. Whee! Oh wow.
Yeah, you gotta drop right in now. I lit fix that. You had to walk all the way back at one point. Right. So, how are you enjoying Chapter 4?
Bro, let me tell you something right now about Chapter 4, okay? Chapter 4 on this next week on my channel. But if you want my hot take on it right now, I honestly think that this is probably one of the best Fortnite seasons chapters ever.
Yeah,
Like, this is
so good.
This is so much fun. Like I was getting my butt kicked repetitively over the the last few days of just like recording and playing.
Yeah,
and
people were
stuff,
sweats.
and I
People were
was-
sweats. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still been having a blast, bro. The first of all, the augmentations. That's just a genius feature because it's like, and I'm gonna mention this in my video too. But here's the thing that's genius about the augmentations, right? There's a lot of things about OG Fortnite that a lot of us wanted to come back, right? This is their way of bringing them back in, but not doing it in an overpowered way. It's giving you the choice, like, hey, do you want infinite glider redeploy like we had back in Chapter 2, Season 7? Or Chapter 1, Season 7? Yeah, sure. Yeah, we're going to throw that in there, but it's going to be your choice. And this is also one of 4 perks that you can activate. Oh, you want Siphon? We can give you that
Okay,
back
show
too.
off. I still don't have that.
What?
I still don't have the glider redeploy perk yet.
Yeah, I don't think I've got that
Really?
either. I haven't unlocked that as well. I don't think I've
Wait,
got that.
so how do you determine what gets unlocked?
I
How
haven't
does it
got.
just random?
No,
It's
I
random.
don't know. I haven't got the
Really?
You
co-
get one every hour you play.
Is it combat
Really?
AR and the combat shotgun? That's a perk. People running around with combat
Yeah,
shotgun.
I haven't gotten that
I
one
haven't
either.
gotten that one.
Wait, there's a combat shotgun?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, it gives you 2 unvaulted weapons that aren't even in the normal.
Well,
loot book.
vaulted,
You'll get a
vaulted.
tactical
What?
A-
Oh my
You'll get a
God.
tactical
Yeah.
AR. You remember tactical ARs, right?
Remind me.
They've got like a scope, but we didn't use scopes at that point. It's like it's got an orange scope on
the
it.
Tactical AR was the John Wick AR that came in for his first ever game mode. It used light ammo.
Yeah, it's like a quick.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
I
you can
remember
get
that. I used it
that
as an
and-
SMG back in the day.
Remember how it has that weird scope on it that you never use anyways?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, now it's red dot.
Oh, is it? It does have a scope on it now.
Yeah,
You
it's
can.
first
Okay,
Yeah, it's
nice.
first person.
Oh, I haven't used it because I haven't got the augmentation yet.
It's like
so
a light
rip that.
ammo MK7.
That's amazing. Oh
That-
my
that's
gosh.
a
Dude,
W.
man, now you know what? Now this makes me want to play the game even more. Just to unlock that perk.
You know what?
Sounds
Can we
awesome.
stop doing this podcast? Can we just play Fortnite?
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. It is very fun. Yeah, it's definitely a change up of last season. I'm not saying last season was bad, but this is definitely new, fresh augmentations, mobility items. We got that crazy hammer, and I want to get into that hammer because one, it's
Oh my
good,
gosh.
and 2, everyone like maybe more competitive players are hating it. But I did say this on your podcast. I feel like that's what it should be at the first sort of few days, a week of a new season, a new chapter. It should be slightly overpowered. You have fun. Fortnite looks at all the stats because I'm sure they're looking at the stats, and they will then work out if they tone down the how hard the hammer hits, the mobility of it, maybe add a cooldown. They will do that stuff afterwards, and they will then consider if it should be in competitive or not. But it's a new chapter. Let's evolve the game. Like if it was up to some of these people, we'll still be on a chapter 1 map. Talking about the graphics, that's also a conversation. The graphics are like people say, "Oh, we should have that. We should just have the pump." Like we be
game
stuck in
is just
season 1.
colorful
It is.
again.
It is.
The game
Yes.
is colorful.
You know, that was I'm gonna admit that was I think one of my faults in the last few months because I was actually progenitor of the idea that like we need more of the OG stuff back, right? And I still to some degree stand by that, but I think that what Epic did was they gave us that, but in a better way. This is the best the game has ever updating the graphics and the map in a way to where like it just it feels like OG Fortnite but reimagined. Revitalized.
Yeah,
like,
I think my thought process on it is that it feels a lot like Chapter 1 because that's what they were trying to go for. It feels like if Chapter 1 were to still be a thing today, it would be Chapter 4.
Yes. Let me say this too. Like, what was the point I wanted to make? I think that like with the graphics specifically, actually not the graphics. This is what I wanted to talk about. I made a video about a month and a half ago talking about what Chapter 4 needed. And I think that this, like, I pretty much got everything that I wanted, but even better, right? Like, I said that we needed the OG graphics back, but instead, like, what the game was missing, well, honestly, it wasn't so much the graphics as it was atmosphere. The game, like in Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, the game lacked a lot of atmosphere. Like, it got too loud. There was too much. You had all the cars. You had all the at like 4 or 5 different locations, people walking around, like everyone had like their own theme song, every boss had their own. It was just too much, right?
Oh yeah. The boss battles were mad back in the day.
It was sensory overload.
Yes,
and that's why I said like we don't need NPCs. However, this chapter gave us the best of both. We're not going to take away NPCs. We're going to dial back their influence, which is the other. Like that's a good compromise, right? But also, like maybe take animals out of the game. I'm glad they didn't. I actually like the fact that we still have animals in there, but it feels when you add, how do I say this? When you add the element of how serene the map is, how beautiful it looks, how atmospheric it is, like the sound design is amazing, right?
Yes.
When you add all that in there with the addition of the animals, right? And the animals they seem less intrusive. I don't know what it is, but like Chapter 2, Chapter 3, it felt like it was too much. Now everything feels balanced again. This feels like a fun game. Like I want to explore this map. There seems like a lot to explore, and I think it has to do with like the map design, the different like the terrain changes, the changes in elevation.
Oh yes.
Like how it varies, as well as like I said, the sound design, and then the graphics, and how this is the most beautiful Fortnite has ever looked. It's literally like digital art.
Fortnite is probably one of the best looking games out there right now.
Agreed.
100%.
It's getting mainstream attention because of the graphics.
Yeah, people are just making 4K graphic videos at the moment and just popping off with it. Like, if your computer can handle it, do it.
Who's that one Fortnite YouTuber who like makes all those concept videos and they look really cool?
You
like
got
that one Stranger Things collab video he made.
Falls,
where it's like
Falls. I can't. It's something to begin with an F. I can't really say his name because I can't.
Yeah,
there's too many vowels in it.
They make like these Fortnite concept videos using like mods and crap.
Yeah,
you've seen it before.
I've seen a few of them.
You're talking about.
He made one video where it was like Fortnite in 4K or something, where he was just standing in a beautiful open field, and like there was a battle bus flying over Tilted or something. That's what this feels like. This feels like that video, but actually a thing.
Yeah.
You know what the season feels like? The season feels like Epic put an effort into it, and I think that's why like the story was so bad in the last chapter, because
it's
like
hilarious seeing an event where no effort was putting into it, and then
right,
going
but
straight into
I'm
the most effort heavy thing ever.
I'm willing to give them a pass because in order to pull this off, they had to put a lot of effort into this, and I can see that's where their money, the 7 the way that they did. Because it's like, okay, yeah, we could pay for another season of The Rock's voice lines, or we could make the most gorgeous game ever.
Yeah, I mean, now, to be fair, the Unreal Engine is a bit more of a larger thing. Games are going to be nuts because that's where everything gets made on. I just don't think about Fortnite. Like, obviously, they've utilized the fact that they created Unreal Engine and they can put it in Fortnite first. But obviously, other games are going to be created on this Unreal Engine. So how other games will benefit from Fortnite's success here, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yes. I didn't think you liked that dance, Lit. Every time I do it, you say, "Oh my god, why are you doing that dance?
Yeah,
I can't believe
you're
doing that dance."
I hate it. That's why I'm doing it.
Okay, fair.
This is lit, bro. What do you mean?
I'm lit.
Bro, that dance is that dance is amazing. Come on, you don't like it? Imagine
that.
Jay, what's your favorite emote from this battle pass, bro?
It's that one. I like that one. I've got it set up as my thing. I like it. Not the other thing you keep.
It's such an e-girl thing, bro. Like it's such an e-girl.
This is my favorite emote, big time.
Okay, that one is like old. Okay, y'all are old people with me, right? Y'all did y'all grow up watching Rocket Power?
No, it's actually quite young.
Old.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm really young.
His voice throws off. He's actually not old.
Wait, how old?
I can do a lot of voices, which you'll find out soon. I'm 17.
Wait, what?
Yeah, his voice is insane. I sound like I'm 17. He sounds like he's like 40. He's got.
What in the hell?
I keep saying to him,
so
make a YouTube, make a channel. He doesn't. He basically helps me out. But I keep saying, like, he has like a YouTube voice. Like, literally, it's ridiculous.
I have so many questions right now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Fortnite video.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Dog, you sound like, damn, bro. I thought you were like 25, 24. That's crazy. That's wow. Dang, bro. I see you're not the only one having inducing child labor in your workforce. Good job, Jay. I'm proud of you. Nice work.
Yeah, my father does that too.
I get a bunch of munchkins to make my maps. You get co-hosts on your podcast. No,
I mean,
I'm joking.
I'll gift him skins.
My community still watching. I love you guys.
Occasionally,
Please
he's
don't
only
leave me.
gifted me one thing so far. Well,
He's only gifted you one thing.
He only gifted me one bundle so far.
Oh yeah,
Come work for me, all right? And I'll gift you 3.
Wait, what's going on here?
Listen, my schedule's open. Every time I'm not doing something with Jay, I'll do something with you if you don't mind.
Bro, I'm lit. Hey, Jay, I'm stealing your co-host. All right, no.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna create his own content. It's fine. It's fine.
I pay better. No, I'm just joking.
What do you mean? I don't pay?
No. But so wait, so hang on a second. So wait, lit. Then you don't know what Rocket Power is, do you?
No, I don't.
Wait, so hang on. So, and G, you don't know what it is either?
It might be an American thing. I don't know.
It was on Nickelodeon back in the day. I kind of figured we all watched the same cartoons.
I grew up on Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents was, yeah, I did too. But the Fairly Odd Parents you got to watch was like when I.
Oh, you kind of cut out there. I don't know what you said.
Sorry, what I was trying to say is my mic still cutting out.
That was the worst. That was the worst one, but it's fine.
Okay. All right. So the Fairly Odd Parents. I grew up with it too, but when I started watching it, or when I stopped watching it, that's probably when you started.
I see.
Because the Fairly Odd Parents
started
ran
pretty
for a
early.
long time.
Wait a minute, this is a Fortnite podcast.
It doesn't matter. It can go off subject a bit. I think the same with like Thomas the Tank Engine. Like talk about Fortnite graphics. Every show they used to like. I don't know.
Hey guys, check it out.
Yeah, that's a good time. I don't know if they used to make things in like puppets and clay and stuff, and the animation looked cool. I sound like a Fortnite guy now. All the things that have come back, like Thomas Tank Engine, Bob the Builder, they all use new graphics. You know what? I get the point now. I get the point. I get why people want Chapter 1. I apologise for everything I've said about the graphics. I get why you want the graphics back. I don't know. We're talking about graphics.
Listen, Thomas the Tank Engine is relevant.
Oh my god.
Fall back, okay? Listen, Jay, I need to get exactly what you're saying because listen, I'm not saying I watch Thomas the Tank Engine on a daily basis. However, with Jay when we were kids, definitely because I'm a model railroader. I love model trains. From a modeling standpoint, fantastic, right? When I look at Fortnite, let me relate this back to Fortnite. When I look at Fortnite is 3D modeling, right? So when I make my maps, my creative maps with my community, specifically my boy Shadowy Fox, creator of the first Fortnite Backrooms map, when I get him to do like my Terminator map or when we made like any of my other maps, we bring both of our ideas together. I bring more of a model railroading standpoint. Like I look on the realism aspect of it, but he brings in a more fantasy aspect, right? But like what I'm getting at here is when it comes to graphics, as someone who appreciates good modeling, whether it's 3D or real life like 3-dimensional art, I think that Epic has done a fantastic job with Chapter 4, and it is incredibly like it's just super realistic, and I love it. But
okay, yeah. Fair enough. Where do you even find that? Oh, I forgot to put a snowman in it. I did think when I put that snowman in, it would actually just go into it. I know there's a prop gun over there that you sometimes uses.
The most random person, bro.
Yeah.
I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, yeah. We're going back to our original point about Chapter 4 because we've gone far off.
We got way off topic. My
talking
bad.
about that. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know where we got off from, but the hammer might be OP, but I love it. Even Excalibur might be OP. That needs to be nerfed. But let's enjoy it for the first weeks. There's no competitive doing. I think people still have their what do you call it? Arena points don't reset until a few weeks into the season. So at this point, they're just finding their feet Fortnite, and they will eventually sort of I don't know, smooth it out as the season progresses.
You do know about the update we got yesterday?
Oh, yeah. I did hear you before we streamed. They made the pistol. Why did they improve the accuracy on that? I thought that was OP as it was.
It's amazing.
I know.
It's the best gun in the game.
It's even better now they've improved the accuracy.
Just that, but the what is it? The Excalibur?
Yeah.
That gun also got nerfed.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that needs...
You can't one-shot builds with it anymore. Okay. And it does a little bit less damage overall, I think.
Okay.
So...
But that's exactly my point about Epic, fine-tuning. It's like, what? How many days are we in this season now? We're 4 days in? 5 days? A week in? How many days are we into the season?
We're 6 days in.
Exactly. And they're finding their feet with weapons and stats with weapons, and they will sort out. If it's too OP for competitive, they will remove it. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
I'm just quickly trying to test out. This is apparently a synced emote, and I haven't used it yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
look at your
works.
eyes.
I know,
Hold on,
right?
let's try this on Jay.
It won't work.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That's kind of cool. Anyone?
Focus for 5 seconds. We're trying to pod here.
Anyone?
Bro. My goodness.
I don't mind if it goes a bit off topic. It's fine. It's a Fortnite, but sort of maybe content in general. It's
you
fine.
knew what
it's
was
fine.
happening when he pulled me onto the show.
It's fine. Yeah, it's
Roll
my
the card. No,
opposite. That's he griefs. I don't.
He's the yin to your yang.
Yeah. Does anyone want to add anything about Chapter 4?
No,
I mean, we could add.
Yang.
We could talk about Chapter 4 all day at this point. Anyone want to add anything specific? Not in terms of storyline yet, but in just terms of weapons, graphics, playing styles, and how the new season feels.
All I will say is the hammer is probably one of the best weapons that we've gotten added to the game in a long time. Like, it's amazing for high ground retakes, and I don't view it as incredibly overpowered. Just like the Guggen last season, I enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought it was fun weapon. I understand like sometimes it could get annoying, but
Jay has a different opinion.
No, I think same thing. They should have these guns in, which have fine, but they really needed to nerf it. Like for the last few weeks of the season, it became a little frustrating. I understand if the hammer remains the same as it is, and they don't maybe put a cooldown in on it or get out competitive. I will understand why people were angry about that. But the Guggen was fun. Yeah, it was fun, but dragged a bit. Maybe.
Honestly, if I could throw my hat into the ring about the hammer, it is, and this might be a hot take. Here I go for the second time on stream.
Oh boy.
I love it significantly more than the original Spider-Man Mythic.
Whoa. Okay, you get out of this studio right now. Unbelievable.
This is my studio, boy.
That's my studio. But I you know what? I don't know if I kind of semi-agree with that.
Well, here's the thing. Like, it's rotation or similar rotation, but it also does damage to people. So it has better utility. So I could see why he would like it more. I mean, I will say this. In terms of like an overall weapon, because the Spider-Man Mythic wasn't really a weapon. It was just a rotation piece, right?
Yeah.
I think that this, I like it more in the sense that like, I can rotate with it and I can also kill people with it, right? But
honestly, sometimes I take it over a shotgun because I'm a god of I cannot speak. I'm a god of hitting those 125 shots right up close and following it up by like shockwave bouncing and landing on them with the hammer again. It is so satisfying. I want a game
haven't gotten
only using 5 hammers.
Wait, 5 hammers?
Oh yeah, he had a game with 5 hammers.
Yeah, you can pick up 5 hammers and rotate forever.
Oh yeah, you can constantly rotate. By the time
have
they
their own individual cooldowns.
They probably will change that. I think that's probably the only thing they're going to nerf. Because you can take 5 hammers and keep regenerating by the time you get back to the first one you used.
Well, most people aren't freaks and are going to carry around 5
Yeah,
hammers, so
that's just lit.
just lit trying to break things again. No, I'm
Right.
just joking.
I think we kind of we can talk about chapter 4 for
Come
ages
on.
at this point. But so lit. Your time to shine. I don't know if you did talk about the event, so you know about it. I might get Klarque involved because he's the same.
Oh boy.
So do you want to explain the Thatcher event, but in your Mario voice?
I
Wait,
would
what?
love to.
Oh, are we doing voice input?
Yeah.
Let me get in on this.
Yeah, let it go first. Try and explain
Let's
the
go.
Thatcher event.
All right,
Whatever happened here, it was like 2 seconds, really, I guess, in terms of actual. Actually, God, I need to get the clock out. 60 seconds. Okay, that might have sounded weird. Clock, chat. All right, 60
ready?
seconds starts now.
It was a grave December day when the Chrome took over the island. The Herald approached the reality tree and chromified it and merged with it. It was a scary day. Everything blew up. It fractured everywhere. But luckily, the 0 Point was able to bring us back together. And together, we were able to get 0 Point fractures. And we were able to piece back to the island together. And the paradigm, the poor paradigm. She was in her own reality, sacrificing it, giving all the mass of the island to the 0 Point. Making chapter 4. Oh, the Hulk was riding a motorcycle. That was pretty funny. Let's go.
Let's go. Have we got any more? We got 10 seconds left of the 60.
Emi my mo. I don't know what to say. Here I go.
Okay. That's great. That's great. I love it. Yeah, I don't know if you want to get involved in that, Klarque. I did hear your. What did I hear the other day? I thought that was good. Optimus Prime I heard the other day, and I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, thanks, man.
I don't know, because we don't want to go over the Thatcher event again. If you want to do it, I don't know if anyone can think of any storyline events that you can explain.
Explain the comics.
Explain the comics.
Is there what?
All right.
Okay.
All right, I'll do it. I'll try to do it in 60 seconds in a very funny cartoon voice. All right. Tell me if you know who this voice is when you hear it. Let me know when my time starts.
The time starts now.
So, yeah, man. So, I was reading the comics, and, this chick named Paradigm, she was stuck on a moon, and then all of a sudden, her friend showed up with, a bunch of Avengers, and they're like, yo, this place is kind of cold, so we should probably get out of here. And then, some other people went to, the Marvel Universe, and they went and, fought some people, man, and it was crazy. And then, some people died. Yeah, it was horrible. And so they had to get the 0 Point fragment and come back. And so when they come back, they Geno guy, and there was this thing called the collider, and everyone was gonna blow up and die. And so things were blowing. It was so crazy, man. It's like zoinks, bro. It was wild.
Are you good?
It was
You
so
were there
scary,
too.
Racky. It was
Yeah,
so
man.
scary.
So anyway, but yeah, it was crazy. And at the end of the day, we beat these guys called the Imagine Order, and we set the 0 Point free. But it was kind of a problem. But that's a story for another day. All right, I'm gonna go get a sandwich.
Shaggy, of course.
Honestly, that kind of gave me my Morty impression kind of vibes.
Yeah,
Morty, that's another one I can
for
do.
the
I can do
first
Morty.
5 seconds, I thought it was Morty, but it did go a bit Shaggy by the end of it.
Oh,
You have-
jeez, yeah.
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
voices are very
Yeah,
Oh,
similar.
jeez, Rick.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Oh my god, what's going on here? Alright, fair
I
enough.
have a new
no.
best friend. That's what's going on. You send me a friend
high five.
request now?
This is a story arc, to be fair. They start off with
Not yet.
villains. They started off with villains, to be fair. So it's good to see them now.
We started off with me torturing him on his own stream on his own creative island.
Yeah,
Listen.
Isn't that something?
Listen, but see, here's the thing, right? It wasn't really. You call that torture, sir? All right, I'll show you torture before the day is done. All right,
Try it. Try it.
don't you forget that.
All right, okay. Let's. All right, so we've done that. Very well done, guys. Clap. Poggers in chat for that.
Thank you.
So the next thing, the most important thing, I guess, is to talk about the Fortnite storyline going forward for Chapter 4. which we kind of did sort of brush on when we were talking about the end event. But we have new elements to talk about. I mean, the Aegis, the Geno snapshot, the new the not Geno, the new Imagine Order, the Kinetic ore that Amie mentions, and Amy's suit she's gonna get or something, and then the 0 point location, which I know someone mentioned in chat earlier, and a few other things. Klarque, how do you feel with this the storylines going for Chapter 4?
So I feel like, and that's another video that's probably gonna come out this week on my channel too. I think that they're setting up Amie to be a villain, definitely getting some Terminator Skynet vibes, which I'm all for because I'm a huge Terminator fan. But like, Amy's programming seems to be really often because she has no direction from the scientist. She's now going to be able to run awry, and I think that might be a problem later on down the road.
Yeah, so we're talking about prime objectives. Once I complete those, I have free will to do what I want to do or something, which didn't sound good.
Now the Geno angle, because we know this is a snapshot, a younger snapshot. This is once again, this is another point I'm going to bring up later on this week on my channel. But like, I think that this chapter 4, might be a prequel. I'm going to do a little bit more digging into this, but I think like because I know Top 5 Gaming, this is what he wanted. He wanted a prequel chapter. I think that's what this is kind of implying.
Yes,
with, like how it's all being set up. Because like, what I find weird, all right, and I want you guys to chime in on this too, but this is what I find weird, right? So we have small pieces of our island that were put on to this new one, right? Small little fragments. But the majority of this stuff is like the terrain, the people, the POIs. It's stuff that is unfamiliar to us. So it begs the question, where did it come from? So this implies that it came from somewhere, and it was not from our island, not from our reality. Clearly, wherever this was from a reality where Geno previously inhabited. But what I want to know is it from maybe a different point in time? Maybe it was an island that we were already on, but from a different point in the timeline? Or is this from a different island or somewhere that was in somewhere else in the Omniverse?
You could use the Oathbound as like part of that evidence, because it just feels like early Imagined Order.
Exactly. And the other thing is too, it's just like, if this is kind of a prequel kind of a thing, right? Like, where like the people, well, actually, let me say this, let me rephrase that. I feel like there might have been these people that are on the island. I feel like they're kind of used to a loop, because nobody's freaking out by there being a storm or anything on the island, right? Or anything being reset. Like, everyone's just kind of, like they're like this whole new island kind of got
okay, you're going. He's kicked in auto tune. Yeah, you've gone horribly there.
Damn, am I going in and out? All right, let me just stop. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but a point about the Geno and the snapshot, and are we having a prequel season? I think so. This might be really hard to explain and hard to gather, but I feel like we're just being like driven by. Okay, how do I explain this? This is difficult. The storyline's so difficult at the moment.
Take your time.
I'm going to take my time. So what we are seeing like the Imagine Order back in time, but with the timeline moving forward, and we are being shown that through longer versions of the snapshots, so we don't have to make it more confusion by going back in time. So I guess maybe whenever this snapshot was snapshotted, I guess it took a longer version of Geno, and I presume that snapshots, by looking at like Bunker Jones and other snapshots, and they have a free will to do whatever they want to do in terms of like conversations you have with them as NPCs and stuff. So I presume that what we're seeing is a prequel, but with a normal flow of time. So all these, so we will have Geno, maybe Dr. Sloan, which has been talked about, I guess, in the, what do you call them, surveys. And then we basically see in the start of the Imagined Order, but in the Oathbound. Now that's not to say, in my opinion, that the Oathbound will become the Imagined Order we see prior, but it will become a Imagined Order, but in like the brain of Aegis and not Geno. Now, when Geno comes into the equation and what he will think of this will be interesting. I did do a video back months ago, almost 5 months ago now, when I said why a snapshot of Geno wouldn't make sense. Is I thought how his character seems, he's too driven on perfection. That if there was a snapshot more perfect than him, I feel like that would go against him. So he would either
He'd be a little mad.
eliminate the snapshot because he's
Well,
put more
this is-
perfect, or let him have the snapshot, or let the snapshot take over, and that's why he was fine at Zero War to let go, because he knew.
Well, hang on a
that
second.
ain't-
Isn't the snapshot's description like doesn't it say like a snapshot left to rule an empire or something like that?
So as I was just saying about the Zero War, that's maybe why he was letting go. So we might actually not see Geno for a while, when Geno has allowed his more perfect snapshot to take the mantle. I don't know, which would be mad if we never actually see Geno, and this is Aegis. I don't know. That's my sort of hot take on it.
So I just want to say something about Amie as of right now. After doing her quests that are currently in the game, I think she sounds too obviously evil to be evil.
Right.
This is something I discussed with Jay on one of the streams.
Hmm.
But that's just my thoughts on Amie. And Amie, Fortnite were desperate to get her a skin.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not the only one who's seeing that, right?
Yeah.
No.
It's all clearly a
The
way
moment she said daddy, they were like, shit, we got to get her a skin.
I mean, I should have
Yeah.
got this up. There's 2 survey skins that look like it could be. So you got the robot one with the ball in like the centerpiece of her, sort of black armor. I guess it looked like it could be Amie, but then you got the other one that looks like it's made up of like 0-point energy, and the ball is like a head, and it's sort of like a projection. So either one of them will be cool, I think.
Yeah. Also, the kinetic rocks, it tickles me the wrong way, because I feel like it has something to do with like either the little stones that are in shockwaves or something to do with the cubes.
I think it has something to do with the cubes.
The only-
And it's here,
Since the cubes give the same shockwave effect.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know
Clark.
what? Are the cubes inside the shockwaves? That could be something that we think about.
What do you mean by inside the shockwaves? What do you mean?
Like the little rock that are inside shockwaves.
Oh, you mean what
when
they
you
made?
look at, like the design.
I mean, the Imagine
Yeah.
Order made the shockwaves and made the loophole, didn't they? That's how we meant to see it.
So,
But
if
Amie,
you-
Amie did say that this ore wasn't on the previous map, so I would even take that as being any weapons that use shockwaves are not the kinetic ore, but maybe the cubes. So that's I don't know.
Right. So let me say this, because this is another really interesting thing I wanted to talk about too. I'm glad we had a chance to do this today, talk about this on the podcast, because I was thinking about that when I did the quests. So Amie might be right in the sense that, okay, we've never seen this type of ore, these rocks, these special rocks. What Amie is ignoring is the fact that these rocks have similar principles to the cubes that we've seen on the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 island, right?
Yes.
So like,
Not chapter 3.
so think of it like this, right? Back in chapter 1, the first time when the cube was starting to rise out of Loot Lake, and the Loot Lake was like a giant bouncy remember when it was like a giant bouncy castle for like a few weeks?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's the same. That's so similar, right? And even actually, let's go further back in time. Chapter 1, season, and the visitor popped up, right? When the meteor landed, right, with the visitor inside, we had ice rocks that we could pick up, crush on our hands, and we had the
hop
zero
rocks.
yeah, the hop rocks. We had the zero gravity effect of the hop rocks, right? It's a very
I didn't
simple
even
principle.
think
But here's
about
the
that.
thing. But here's the thing, and this is what I've never questioned. I've never seen anybody else question this. Why did the hop rocks appear when the visitors showed up? Why?
That's a good question.
That's a good point.
Like I never, and I don't know why I've never thought to ask that question, but like those didn't pop up until that meteor landed, and the whole
Wait a
idea.
minute.
And we
Are you
talked about
trying
this.
to suggest that the meteorites that they come in on are made of that kinetic ore?
Not so much that, but maybe there's a deeper connection between the visitor and the last reality. When chapter 1, season 4, the cubes hadn't even popped up on the island yet. That was our first out. Yeah, wow. That was actually our first exposure being last reality related, because there's a clear connection between the hop rocks and then the cube and what the cube can do, how it can transform and then all the way to chapter 2, right? Kevolution Industries or whatever, right? The steamy stacks, how they were experimenting. I think it was the Chaos Agent. He was experimenting on the properties of the cube and how it was kind of like liquefied, and it was being used for, you know, in like how you were talking about, like shockwave grenades are a perfect example of like the Imagine Order or whoever, like experimenting with the properties of the cube and using them for weapons. Like there's been a lot of weapons in like previous Fortnite seasons or chapters that are clear, like they were clearly experimenting with like cube technology. Now the ore is something, apparently it's something new, but it's quite obvious this has the same, it's a property that's found from the some reason it's on this island. So
yeah, the only thing I would say is different in properties is obviously Kinetic is rechargeable when the shockwaves aren't. I guess when they give their energy off and they're done, and it's same with the cubes. Once if they keep the energy, they're good, but once the energy drains, it can't repower itself. I know that might be a bit confusing with Skyfire event, I guess, but it doesn't.
Hold on,
it's not the same properties in terms of kinetic energy.
The property that the kinetic rocks have right now, or kinetic ore, is like if you hit it over and over again, it will start to like fire away, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that remind you of the first time we ever got the cube in Fortnite? Like if you hit it a bunch, it's gonna shoot you away.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what but I think what Jay just pointed out is the difference. The difference between the cubes and the cube and like the last reality properties that we've seen in the last 3 chapters compared to this, the kinetic ore, is that this is rechargeable. And how we know that is because of the hammer. When we use the hammer after 4 uses, it has to go through like a recharge period, right? Then we can use it.
Hammer.
But like it does the same thing as the shockwaves, right? It propels us forward up in the air, right? However we want to use it. But the difference is that unlike the shockwave grenade, so we can in essence infinitely use this. That's the difference. That's why this is probably more than the cube energy did. But hopefully Fortnite will explore that and answer that, you know?
Well, if the last reality uses that kinetic ore, that will be more stable than the cube energy they tried to do when they tried to take the 0 point in Season 6, Chapter 1, when they tried to use it. The only issue was the cube didn't have enough energy. And then I guess again in Chapter 2, Season 8, when they tried to use the cubes again, that was a problem. They had to have so many cubes to power up to be able to do that. I guess, and they had this kinetic ore, they wouldn't have the recharging problem that the cubes have. Once cubes' energy seems to be depleted, I'm only going off of like, I don't know, like the Skyfire event. I guess a kinetic ore would be more, could be recharged. So that would be, but then it could be going over the same event, but with kinetic ore, which I don't think Fortnite would do.
I do think that's a little bit far-fetched, because like the only way I could think to myself that would make into like seasons and storylines is if the last reality were pull like a Chapter 2. They come to the island one season, they pick up the ore, and then they use it the next season.
Well, here's the thing that we need to ask, right? I think we might be asking the wrong questions. I think we need to ask, because there's between like the ore and the cubes, right? But I think what we need to ask is, are the cubes intrinsic? Are they like a natural of the last reality, or have they been corrupted by the nothing and are a weapon of the last reality now?
Oh, that's going off a tangent. That is.
Wait, that would make sense. We disarmed one of the cubes during the Skyfire event, and we were able to reboot it, and it was nice.
Exactly. It had, instead of consuming everything, it had the properties to heal, right? And I think that's kind of is somewhat and it turned blue, right? It's kind of implied that it had the same properties as slurp juice, right? There's a connection between the slurp juice and the blue cubes, which is another thing I find interesting, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
But like,
okay.
But like the thing that we have to ask is, because of that, because of the Skyfire event and how one of the cubes became good, and remember the last reality destroyed that cube at the start of the end event, right? We have to ask ourselves: are the cubes a byproduct of the last reality? Like, are they a naturally occurring substance? Like, are they naturally like all consuming, like how we've seen them been used, or are they corrupted because of the nothing's properties, right? Because like the cubes weren't used in the the cubes weren't used in chapter 3. They were used they used the chrome instead. And that I was wondering, like, why the hell didn't they use the cubes as well, right? Like, why didn't they mix them?
Even
in
better.
previous seasons, right? Like the cubes and the chrome have been mixed. Like in terms of the spire, look at Raz. Raz is a perfect fusion of the cubes and the chrome together. His armor, his chrome armor,
chromium. Yeah,
well, I don't know. Like it's just weird. There's a lot of things that are being implied by the story, and I just don't feel like they're
connected
ever
the
gonna
dots.
get addressed. Yeah.
Okay, so even better than just like the cubes can be purified or they were once good, got corrupted. What if the cube queen and king were both corrupted? And that's why they were the way that they are.
They
and
were.
Like,
that's
I
what.
guess the origin
that's what
fixed himself.
Hinted at, I guess, because he said he didn't see the cubes devour until he did see the cubes devour, and he thought, oh no, I've got to change my ways. So I don't know how that. We don't really know what happened. We're just hearing that from a song. So
That was. I had always assumed that. I never felt that the cubes were a natural byproduct of the last reality. I always felt like they were something that had been introduced to them, and it was always because of the origin story. If they were something that like was very familiar in their reality, then it wouldn't have taken the origin by surprise. He was surprised at the fact, like, damn, like, okay, these things have to break away from this power. Like, I can't use this. But if assuming that the Cube Queen is his wife wasn't so fortunate. She was consumed by a way. So
I guess she used a gold cube to then manipulate the purple cubes because that's what she sort of did, I guess. Okay.
You know what? Here's an even crazier story.
Imagine
being the origin. This is gonna be quick. Imagine being the origin, taking one look at the Cube Queen and going like, "That's the one."
They could be brother and sister. We don't actually know the relationship unless it's been unless I missed it.
Hey girl, no, this is our fantasy here. Hang on.
Okay. Headcanon. Okay.
Sweet cube, Alabama.
Look, if I were the argument, hey girl, so I see you like cubes. That's crazy. I like cubes too. So shit, yeah. So like I kind of rule the last.
Somehow
reality,
I could. Somehow I could like see you right now, despite you not having a webcam or anything, but you're just slowly stroking your chin.
Nah, I wasn't actually. I was actually messing with my hands. But anyway, that usual Klarque mannerism. Sometimes I do that as well. But nah.
Yeah, I mean, Restro's actually in here, and he says the cubes find vessels, leaders, to channel for power through the vessels, which the Cube Queen did do. Channeling the gold cubes to then impregnate the purple cubes. Weird way of phrasing it.
That's really what it was. Yeah,
and then using the corruption of the nothing. Because I guess if we think of the Raz as a herald and we think of the herald as a herald, I guess the Cube Queen is essentially also the herald of the nothing. I mean, she's queen of the cubes, but obviously, I guess in hierarchy sense, you got the nothing above her.
My thing is though, with what Restro's saying, I see what he's getting at, but I still think that it begs the question. Okay, but is that the cube's natural function, or is that last reality? I think, or sorry, the nothing. Excuse me, not the last reality. The nothing.
Yes.
The nothing seems like the whole point. The nothing always has is to consume, right? Consume everything, so nothing will be left. That is the point. So, if that's the case, we know that. Here's the other part of that too. We know that cubes can be good. That they seem to naturally be able to heal instead of destroy. We've only seen it one time with the blue cube.
Yes.
But because of that, there's a bit of doubt that makes us think like, maybe the cubes aren't inherently like bad,
No.
They're just corrupted like everything else.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess that's what they're trying to imply. But at the same, this gets back into Fortnite not, tying up loose ends. That we keep going into like a new story arc with the Aegis and this and that and the other. And then we still don't really know what happened. At this point, a year ago, 2 years ago, and we still can't explain it to this day. I guess we can come up with scenarios and stuff, but at the end of the day, they could like tear it up for us and throw something else.
It's probably the first ever like storyline-driven Fortnite event where we were left with more questions than answers.
I mean, I do, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
I get what you're saying too, but I feel like this is the problem. Like this, I would say that this one compared to the rest gave us more questions than answers, right? But like the issue with Fortnite events in general and why they're so poorly written is that like they don't typically answer anything. They introduce a bunch of new plot points and like even with the Cube Queen, we don't know anything about who the hell was she? Like, okay, like yeah, we know she's from the last reality, I guess, and now because of the Herald's interactions, we know that all right, I guess the Cube Queen was sent by the Nothing, but is she the Origin's wife? Is she the Origin's sister? Is she just someone that took the Origin's place after he left in some random? But like, we don't know.
No.
Anyway, and also I just have to do this because I always say it. And she was killed by a bucket of water. Trash ending. Anticlimactic.
I mean, I think that just closed a pure portal because we explained. It's got explained to us in 0 Point just about. So she was trying to open a pure portal using the 0 Point energy to get the last reality through. When before she was using a sideways rift, I guess, and whoever was in control of the cubes, I guess it could have been the Origin at this point, but whoever was using a sideways rift when that was a pure portal, but I can't be sure at this point. Again,
she was only sent away. She wasn't killed.
I guess she could have rifted back somewhere once a pure.
Yeah, I don't think she was killed. No. But it's the fact that it's just like dog, like you could have just flown.
Also, did you just call the ocean a bucket of water?
Yes.
Well, it kind of is. It's in a blue. I guess it is kind of like a big bucket of water. I guess.
To her, yeah, it should be like to someone who has multiversal, like all reality altering power and the ability to fly. Like literally, the island was tipping over so slow. It's like, dog, you couldn't just like fly up. Like you couldn't just like, okay, let me just leave this little bubble that I'm in. Because like it's at this point, like your plan is lost. Okay, the island's flipping over. Like she didn't even make an attempt to stop the island from flipping. She didn't try to like fly away and maybe go to the other side of the island and corrupt the other side. Like nothing. She just sat there and got absorbed by the water and yelled no.
Video game characters, if they were smarter, the island starts tipping over. She flies above it, and then the just corrupts the other side at that point.
Imagine if you watch Dragon Ball Z and like during the Cell games, when Cell gets knocked out of the arena, he's like, oh well. Guess I lost. I'm gonna fly off and never hurt anyone ever again. Like, that's not how that works, bro. Come on, no. There's stakes here.
Yeah, I guess Retro reminded me. I also had this sort of theory that they're basically a hive mind. So unless the Cube Queen and Herald and stuff were part of this hive mind, and sort of split off from it, but that's again go down a whole different freaking avenue, which I don't really want to get into.
Yeah, pronouns.
yeah. Oh,
I got you,
Lane. I feel like we've discussed. I mean, we've got completely off the Chapter 4 storyline, but then again, this is the problem. Trying to explain the Chapter 4 storyline, and you have to explain other points.
to explain.
Yeah, well,
it's still new. You know what I mean? Like we're spitballing here, but this is all related to Chapter 4. You know what I mean?
Of course,
this is how we got here. But anyway, sorry, didn't mean to hijack the conversation.
It's all cool.
Oh, how can Kevin come back and she can't? Oh yeah, okay, that makes Kevin. Cube Queen will be back at that point.
I'm sure. Well, they'll want reselling them. They'll related to the Cube Queen, so they'll have her come back.
So I guess we kind of discussed Aegis. I mean, the Oathbound. I mean, there's a few other factions. I don't know if you really looked into it. We got the Atlanteans teaming up with the fish sticks are talking about following Aegis, and then you have some of the Frozen skins forming their own thing, and they hate the Oathbound. And then you have God, who's the other one? Omega Knight. Thinking he's a knight, he'd be part of the Oathbound. No, he hates the Oathbound. So I guess we
wait. Time out. The Omega Knight. Are these people like on the map?
Yeah, Omega Knight's on the
map. They're NPCs.
Really? Okay, so I haven't done a lot of exploring on the map yet. Like some of my stuff's still grayed out.
Fair enough.
You were saying you loved exploring the island.
Yeah, but it's a big island. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do.
It's 20% smaller than the others.
It's not the point. The point is I like winning. And I'm not doing a good job of that this season.
I mean, then we have the Peace Syndicate. Peace Syndicate's kind of about, but it's like so small mentions at this point. There's nothing to really look into. But yeah, the Omega Knight kind of he would fight the. Now, what did he say? He would fight the Aegis again and again and again. Like he won't stop. So we see what happens there. I guess when we get next, or it won't probably be next week's quest lines. I guess it'll be a week after Depends how they do it this season. We'll get weekly quests, or will it be a bit
It's
of?
it's the next set of quests come out in 41 days from, well, when I had recorded. So we got about another month and a half.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. They're not weekly. They're not bi-weekly. It's like once every 40 days. Lit, what are you doing, homie?
He's using his prop gun again.
I'm not doing it.
Right.
My God, man.
I feel. Yeah,
Jay,
I feel like we no, it's fine. I feel like we could be all day about chapter 4. So, 1v1 time, so you can settle this disagreement in a 1v1. Yeah,
Well,
of course.
You
Well,
don't say.
collect your weapons. You've got minis and a pump, and that's about it.
All right, let's see here. Who? This is where the weapons.
What is 41 days? Is that? Oh yeah, that's
I designed
February.
this place, by the way.
Did you design this? Oh, okay.
Yes.
What's up with the reality warriors? Anyway, the architecture is very reminiscent of Sanctuary. Oh yeah, I haven't really looked into the reality warriors. There was a slight mention, but I have looked into the Rift Warden. That's another thing we haven't talked about at the moment. But there's like this Rift Warden. I've seen some people mention that it could be Paradigm, but
The Rift Warden.
yeah, I haven't really looked into it. I guess they're thinking along the lines of she looks after the big 0 point, which essentially I guess is a rift. Have you got your guns yet?
Is it only a
spawn
shotgun?
time on
Yeah, it's
this.
only a shotgun. It's only a shotgun. Okay.
Oh wow, fancy.
Klarque, do you want to step up? No,
Sure.
unless you two want to go first. So I guess.
Whoever is, however you want to do it.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just. Whenever you want to go.
All right.
Go.
That's not how you're supposed to edit it.
It's not? Oh, my bad.
Oh well.
Hey, you should have been quicker. Oh, wait.
I need to make a watching post for this. I think.
Oh
Chat.
my gosh.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother. Oh, man. Oh, man. Lag?
All right, we need to turn up set sounds. Actually, I've got to turn them down for the podcast. I can
Go ahead.
pretend to make the sounds.
Go On build.
Oh, let me turn it up. for
You
now.
healing? No.
All right, that's better. Kind
wait.
of.
Ah!
GG,
I have
brother.
not had a warm up.
Let's go. Well, I mean,
Neither
we've been
have I.
talking for about an hour. So. Oh wait. Oh wow.
We're on equal footing here. All right. Jay, you didn't equip a reset button?
No, oh,
What?
mate, there's a lot into this map. All right? Give me a break. Give me a break, okay?
Nah, bro, I gotta give you a hard time, man.
Oh,
No. GG's.
all right.
Run it back.
No, my go.
I'll let you edit. I'll let you edit this because
Okay.
I'm better at editing.
I'll get one more run back after this.
That's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
You can have as many run backs as you want, sir.
Oh,
What? Oh my
Good
god!
lord.
I mean,
Jay's a sweat ball.
I mean, to be fair to Clark, he is on N8 West, so it's.
No, we can run that one back for sure.
Okay,
Wait,
okay,
no,
fair.
Yeah, y'all.
Oh, do you-
y'all do that. Y'all do your run back real fast.
Okay, fair enough. Push up against the wall before. So I just open the set.
Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. That's why he lost that time. He wasn't
Holy
on the wall.
shit. All right, I want to play this a little different. Yeah.
Okay, I feel bad. Oh no, he's still building quite quick actually.
Trying. I'm trying. Damn, I
Jeez.
couldn't.
That's fair.
Couldn't
That's
get
fair.
it
That's
GG's,
fair.
Alright, Clark.
man.
Hey yo. All right, do you want to run back the? I guess the game between you.
Yeah, I'll run it back.
I need to do a checkpoint here. I've done a checkpoint in one of the other maps, which I don't think we do today, but we've got a checkpoint there.
Let me see something. It's only 1 minute, bro. Oh, there we go.
Other side.
Oh, you're on. Oh shit, I didn't even see you. All right.
All right. 3,
I'll let you edit
2, 1, go.
Here we go. It's a rematch of the century here.
It is not of the century.
Well, it is to the podcast.
I'm sorry. What the? I'm sorry. Is that a rocket launcher?
Where do you hide this on the heated and weapons?
What in the actual?
That's what you were doing over here. I can't believe he's still struggling now. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow,
Still,
all that work to not kill me.
I am
still have high
playing
ground.
on J servers, okay?
All that
I mean, he's
work
on NA
cannot
West.
kill me.
He's on NA West.
We're on your servers right now, Jay.
Yeah, but that would be like you playing me on my servers. You're making this hard for yourself, Lit. I'm not gonna lie.
I am.
Wait, what the?
You're making
I'll
this.
take care of it.
Homie,
I'm figuring it
are we-
out.
Are we fighting here?
I have no idea. If you lose this, Lit, if you lose this, this will just go down in history.
I tried switching to my freaking...
Oh no! Oh no!
Jeez. You had
I
ice
think
cream
I've only
too,
won.
you butt?
I think I've only
Did
won.
you have 200 health?
What? No.
You had 200 health.
No, I was on 150.
Were you? Were you really?
Yeah.
Well, chat. What we've learned from that is
I don't believe it.
cheaters
I don't
never
believe
prosper.
it.
Never.
Jay, run it back. I want to 1v1
Okay.
you again.
No. Wait a minute.
No.
You can
I'm
only hold
1v1ing
three-
Jay. No,
Hey,
you not only did you cheat, you got clapped while cheating. Unbelievable.
I'll run it back. I'll run it back.
That you threw out there earlier.
I can prove that I didn't get myself
that you
200
didn't get
HP.
clapped.
Okay, I
No, I
don't.
can prove that
Yeah.
I can get that. I can prove that I didn't get 200 HP.
I don't
can
care
only
when
hold-
you had 200 HP. It's the fact that you had an entire. Hold on a second.
Oh,
the
yeah,
fact that you had an entire rocket
Nope,
launcher.
my bad.
Wow.
See, look at you. Look at you. Salty.
All right, get back in here, Clark, and we run it back once, and then we.
All right.
I thought we were meant to talk about next one.
I guess I'm just way
yeah.
better when it comes to zero build stuff. My builds are so clanky and weird.
It's all good, man. Jay's clapping my cheeks right now, so.
Oh.
I didn't shoot! Ah!
I also had that same problem. I didn't shoot.
Oh boy.
GG's. Let's go. Oh wow.
GG's,
Okay.
man.
Let's just rocketed me.
Jeez.
You better drop that when we go back.
Jay's a sweat ball, and he's too good to play on these servers.
Right, back to the
Jay, on my
back
servers,
to the
he's
studios.
Pretty good. Hyperbolic time chamber, bro. And are you serious right now?
Drop that. It will jam. It will damage it. It will damage. It will damage. I'm pretty sure it will damage. Oh, I don't know. Have I got
No, it
damage
won't.
turned off? No, it was
Yeah,
lucky.
damage
Oh
turned
no,
Okay,
the
okay.
studio.
We have to do half the show with the
protected
studio
such
missions.
traffic.
Oh no, I'm so scared.
Right.
All right.
You're that guy from Family Guy.
That guy. Yep.
Oh no.
Right. Clark. More of a content question here. How do you see your content going for this season? What your main focuses and stuff going forward for this season?
Well, that's a really interesting question. In terms of my content, I've been leaning a little bit away from Fortnite theories, at least on TikTok. I've been doing a new content strategy where I'm still interested in the story, and I still want to make storyline videos, right? But with making content has always been like, I never wanted to just do Fortnite content in general. And then when it comes to making Fortnite content, I never wanted to stick to one thing. I love playing competitive Fortnite. My cousin Joe and I, we've done FNCS quals, we've done build tournaments. I love people, getting to see my competitive side when I play the game, but also like in terms of making, I like doing things where I get to talk and explain not just the story, but like talk about Fortnite as it is, right? Because there's a lot of us have about the game. Like the main reason why most people are attracted to Fortnite is because of the BR, and there are a lot of people have and because I've seen every change of this game. I played ever since Chapter 1, Season 1.
Wow. OG chat. We got OG here.
Show off.
I can remember like when like you would throw a grenade, there was no arc to it. I remember when like you didn't have like you didn't have voice chat, like you couldn't talk to your teammates. I remember when you could kill your teammates in the game still, like team killing was still a thing. Like
No cross platform.
I say it again.
No cross platform.
No. Yeah. No. I guess. Yeah. There was. Wow. I remember when cell phone cross-platform got added, and we were all like, I remember I had a friend that was on Xbox, another friend on cell phones. We were like, yo, this is the craziest thing like we've ever seen in our lives, you know. But
Yeah.
to answer your question specifically, more commentary content, like I have been talking about like my thoughts on the you know, on the game and where it's going. But I also want to down on the story a little bit more, and try to, you know, put out more theories this chapter than I did
Yeah.
Also, I have some other types of content that I'm going to experiment with too that are a little unorthodox. Like I want to throw my dancing in my Fortnite content as well. So I have some plans for that next year.
Yeah, that's what your is it your sub alert or your follower alert? Is that you dancing?
Yeah, that's one of that's a dance video my brother and I shot a couple years back.
Fair.
To Chris Brown's song. So,
Fair. Yeah, I mean, you seem to be popping off in terms of subscribers recently. Like, you're getting a few thousand over the course of to me, it seems like a few weeks, but I don't know if that's real time. I feel like you were on like 12K, now you're on like 15K on YouTube.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna hit 16 within a week and a half. We'll see.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I was looking at Social Blade and it says you will hit like 100K in like a year and a half.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. But then I looked at mine and it said I wouldn't hit 36K in 5 years. I thought, hopefully I have a bit more of a pop off than that. It used to. I must be having a slow month, but I don't think I am. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not. But I thought we'd have an alright. So TikTok. I see you like live streaming on sort of every platform. How's that going for you?
It's effective. That's what leads to my growth. One of the things, there's a YouTuber by the name of Devin Nash. I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Yes, I know him.
Yeah, to be a content creator, Devin Nash, in my opinion, is required material.
Oh yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
One thing I learned from Devin Nash is that like the more platforms you stream on, the more like accessible you are, the more chances you have of, you know, getting your brand out there, the better. So I'm blessed with, you know, I have an account manager for my TikTok who got me a code to be able to stream from my computer.
Cool.
And then of course I restream the Streamlabs through there to TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. So I know that the other thing is too, like I like them to be able to, you know, whatever platform they prefer, you know, I want them to be able to enjoy my content on there. However, realize that like YouTube is probably within the next couple of years, YouTube is going to be the place for gaming content in terms of streaming. So I want YouTube audience. And it's funny because like my followers, I used to only stream on Twitch. My followers, they told me like the UI is bad, like we don't have emotes, it's not going to be as much fun. All those people that said that it was going to suck, they all moved over to YouTube ever had. So I think what it comes down to honestly is just making an experience for my audience, like making like we're right. The whole point is like if we can have a community and we get together and we are enjoying ourselves, you know, like regardless of we're gonna have a good time. You know what I mean? But I also want to cultivate that as much as possible. So
yeah, I've been thinking about it, but I don't know if my computer will be able to hack it. But definitely to like stream as well on TikTok, maybe not Twitch as well, but like YouTube and TikTok, I feel like that's a power play. Because I see like people streaming and they'd be like on 300 followers, and you just wouldn't get that traffic on YouTube and Twitch. Like the discoverability on Twitch is always mentioned, to be fair, and I mean it's a slightly better on YouTube, but for Twitch it looks like you can come through any live stream, and that helps. Like that really have grown some, and then it. You know, it's a domino effect for other platforms, I guess. I know a GTA streamer who's doing the roleplay thing. He streams on, so he went through a stage of just streaming on TikTok, but now he's gone back on his Twitch, and he like streams an hour on TikTok or something, and then pulls everyone back to like over to Twitch, and it's actually worked pretty effectively at the moment. And he's gone like from 20 followers to like, not 20 followers, sorry, 20 concurrent viewers to like 80, 70. So
I will say this, and I learned this from my friend. My boy Nate, who's the one who got me into the advantage of TikTok, streaming on TikTok, is that it's a great way to convert people over to followers on Twitch. My first about month and a half creator code because of all the people that were like watching my live. Because the way I used to do it, I would take my cell phone and I would just like have it on, and I would tell people that were watching me on TikTok like, hey, I'm also live on Twitch right now. Link in my bio. Please go over and follow me on Twitch. And I would get like 60, sometimes 60 followers in a day because of all the people that were coming from TikTok over to YouTube. So like TikTok is very effective, and even it happens now. I'm streaming the gameplay on all 3 platforms. I still have people that want the experience of being on their Twitch or being on their YouTube channel and coming, from watching the live stream on TikTok. So that's I don't know. It's a huge. I just think TikTok is a huge advantage because it's easy to grow a following on there, but to be the tricky part. But if you can stream on all 3 at the same time, you can do it pretty easily. So
yeah, I feel like it's a power play, and I feel that's probably the future. To be fair, but computer and
in my opinion,
yeah,
I would take watching streams on YouTube over anything.
Yeah, I feel, that's why I made a move back 2 years ago now. Twitch wasn't growing, and I already had
mainly because the obsessive amount of ads you get on Twitch.
I mean,
that's what's killing the platform partially right now. Is the amount of ads that you've seen on Twitch videos. Yeah,
it's a bit ridiculous. Hopefully they can do something about sorting that, because just because I don't stream on Twitch doesn't mean I don't want the platform to do well, because I watch a lot of Twitch, probably more than YouTube actually, because I know people on there, and it is a bit of a problem. But at the moment, most of them I'm subscribed to, so that isn't an issue. Unless obviously they can change that personally, can't they? Can make ads view for subscribers, but they tend not to do that because that's a bit of a killjoy. But yeah, I feel like they probably need to do something about the ads.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that they are, because it's part of their new monetization. Is that like they're not? So they're trying to, because I think they've had a 7% decrease in the amount of like Twitch users in the last 6 months.
Interesting.
And so they're trying to keep as much money on the platform as they can. So they're trying to increase the number of ads. At the same time, they're also paying even their top tier content creators less. So everybody on the platform now is going to get a 50-50 split. If you were like a Pokemon or something, like, or and you didn't even have to be that big of a streamer, right? But anyone that was an affiliate, typically you got a 70-30% of the revenue. Twitch got 30. Twitch kept the other 30%. Now they're saying across the board, doesn't matter, everybody gets a 50-50. So now Twitch, and then they're also increasing the advertisements, and it's just not a good place for whether you're a content creator or a viewer really to be on there as much.
I thought it was, how I heard it, I thought it was anything above $100,000 profit. Like, this is for the big streamers. Anything above $100,000, then it's changed from 50-50 to 70-30. That's what I thought I heard for the big streamers anyway. But for anyone new coming in, you're right, it'd be like that. But for people who are already there, it's 50-50 and a 70-30 split after the first 100K made.
I think that's for subscriptions.
It's different across the board, isn't it? It's different across the board for like bits and stuff.
Yeah, you might be right when it comes to that. So I could be wrong, but I think maybe it was, I don't know if it was 100,000. I think it might have been $1 million. So like after $1 million, like it becomes like straight 50-50.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. That was about a year ago, and I think that story came out. It might have been 5 months ago. All right. Some quick questions from some pre-submitted questions from some followers on different platforms. Talk about different platforms: TikTok, Twitch, Twitter. No, not Twitch. So Twitter and YouTube. I haven't seen on Twitch for about 2 years. From Thhe, your least favorite change of Chapter 4. That might be a hard one.
That is a hard one.
My least favorite change of Chapter 4. I got one. The farm rate is pretty bad. But they did improve it. So the rate in which you collect mats,
yes,
the farm rate, it was pretty low up until yesterday. They increased it, but I still feel like it's a little off.
Okay.
Like I don't want to spend an entire match like trying to mats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like metal's a problem as well this season. I don't have a lot of metal half the time.
Yeah, that's another problem. There isn't ever since they made cars drivable.
Yeah, that's been
a huge.
I've said this before.
Decrease in metal.
Yeah, lit. I think that's probably difficult. It's all right.
Yeah, I don't think I have a definitive answer to that.
Okay.
At least an answer that wouldn't be like his, even though I don't play build mode often. I I just feel like every update they made was an improvement.
Fair.
Same.
Fair.
And like, it's generally speaking, this is like 99% a net positive. It's not. I don't really have a lot of complaints about this chapter.
Yeah.
Cool. Nico, will Save the World connect with Battle Royale storyline? Or do you think that will ever happen? I mean, it's slightly hinted at, I guess, with some certain storyline elements, but if we ever see like Ramirez pop up, I'm not sure about that. I don't know what you think about that, Klarque.
I think there's a potential. Been like little hints from what I've been told, because I don't really study the Save the World aspect of the game like as much as I used to. But the enemy's voice actor is the same as the AI from Save the World, so people think there might be a connection there.
What, Amie?
Amie, are they? Is that her
No,
name?
no, I don't.
Save...
No, Ray. I don't think there's the same voice actor. I might have to look into this, but I thought that was the same voice actor. So Ray does Desiree, Evil Ray, and someone else, and it's it's Blanche, who was Ahoy in that game. So it's the same voice actor who does that. I think it's Amy Blanche or something. I don't know if that's Amy. It might be someone else. I might have to relook at that, to be fair. But the Nothing was mentioned in Save the World, and that's but it's slightly different. If the Nothing comes into contact with you, you start to have dread and fear when it comes to you, and you start to like have self-doubt, and you start talking like you don't really care. I mean, Ray was like, well, you can go and do this challenge. I'm like, I don't really care. You go and do what you want to do. That's what the Nothing does in Save the World. Any opinions on this, Lit? Or
I feel like they could definitely incorporate it in. And it feels like the way they're describing the Nothing in Save the World is exactly how the Nothing would be portrayed in Fortnite Battle Royale.
Yeah, I guess we haven't really seen the Nothing. We saw the Chrome, but we haven't seen the Nothing. So I think that will be a thing.
And honestly, if I saw like a giant massive cloud that was literally the embodiment of death and the Oblivion, then I would probably be terrified as well.
I had this whole theory. There was this fear added to the game. I forgot what it was called, but it was apparently used after I did the video. Someone told me it was apparently used for the. I don't want to say it because my mouth is dry. But the Dragon Ball Z Mythic. I don't want to.
Kamehameha Mama.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dagwummy.
Yeah. That's a pop off. That was a power play move from him. But what was I saying?
Something.
Fear. Yeah. So when that was about to aim at you and your screen would go blue, and that was apparently the fear thing they put into the game. But I thought it'd be cool, and they take the same element, and when a Nothing finally comes in the game, when you come into contact with Nothing, you have the same thing. Like your screen would go dark, and you would start to panic and stuff. And I thought that'd be kind of cool. And they could still do that, to be fair. Nothing hasn't technically been in the game, but I thought that'd be cool.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, Ray. Resro just said Ray's voice actor and Amy's voice actor are different. I thought it was.
Are they?
Ray's voice actor is as I said, Ahoy in what's that PlayStation game called? Horizon something. What is it called?
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah. So it's the same. I'm pretty sure, unless I got that wrong. I'm pretty sure it is. I've done 2 voice actor videos, so I think I should know. But this is just me going from memory, so I might be wrong. Anyway, can this be a quick question? Nightwolf asks on Twitter: is the Imagined alive? I think this is.
I doubt it.
Is the Imagined alive? If they're gonna, I'll say this: if they're gonna keep any members of the Seven alive, it would be her, the Order, and the Visitor and the Origin. Everybody else might be dead, but it's a possibility.
Oh, scientists.
She'd probably be the most likely. No,
there's been a lot of storyline with the scientists now, so moving from him.
Celebrity voice actors, they might want to just get rid of them altogether and just keep the other 4. So.
I mean, if the Imagine is genetically perfect, like Geno would have made her, I guess she could at some point re-emerge. But again, that Geno hasn't come back. This is ages. Apparently, well, that's how I'm going with it anyway. This is a snapshot, so that isn't that Geno. So Geno still hasn't come back.
Right. Well, we know that Geno is alive because of the comics.
Yeah. But so I guess you can assume that the Imagine is still here.
Yeah, I would think that she, because we never saw her get abducted by the Chrome, so it's possible that maybe she actually escaped and just never came back. But you never know.
This is actually my own question. Is it possible for Creative 2.0 to be bigger than Battle Royale?
Yes, entirely.
100%, absolutely.
Oh,
Most of the people who play and enjoy Minecraft at least admitted that they watch or use mods. Because like you can have a lot of fun playing the game normally, but once you're done with doing everything you wanted to, it's like, well, time to do mods.
yeah, I guess. But will it be like that? First of all, probably not. But if it gets into anything like that, then they've got a winner. They're on to a winner if it's anything like that.
Yeah.
Once they allow people to
Infinite
mod
content.
the game,
Mm.
there's like the sky's the limit. Like I'm already thinking of things that like I would want to do on my Terminator map, or immersive. Like
Yeah,
actually
maybe
having Terminators
get
walk
rid
around.
of all the. Also, you can also get rid of all the infinite chug splashes. Maybe. Just as
You from playing the
just
map.
a
I'm just
suggestion.
gonna ban you from the map. So
Yeah, that's what they should add in Fortnite. You can ban specific people from the map.
and lit C12 from my map.
So I guess Ghost Dragon 323 on TikTok asks, what's the future of Fortnite? And I would probably say it's Creative 2.0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree with that. I think creative, and honestly, I think the BR will always be around.
Yeah.
It's like Save the. They always exist too, but I think there will be a point in time where just like people just forget that it exists altogether. But the BR will always be a staple because people will always recognize Fortnite for that. They have zero builds now. Zero builds is a really good entry point for the casual audience to get involved in creative. And I see this with Epic's marketing strategies right now too. They came up with a commercial, I think, yesterday. And the angle that they're spinning is you can find anything in Fortnite Battle Royale, right? That's personally what I thought they should have been doing this whole game modes. I think honestly that people over time, the casual audience will gravitate towards create number of games that they could play. So
yeah, as someone just mentioned, Restro just mentioned about the limit still being in place. About the was it 100 MB mega? That's probably not megabyte. That's probably thinking the other one. But yeah, that might be a problem. So they might have to find a way they can up the memory, I guess. If they want to add mods, that will take up a lot of memory, I presume.
yeah, it could. Yeah,
That might be a problem. That might be a sticking point early on. But hopefully, at some point, there'd be a maybe for certain creators of maps. I guess for the more prominent ones, they can probably give more memory. And that would seem like the most logical thing to do. But then again, then you're sort of
Like you can submit your map to try to get more memory. And like they can check out the quality of your map, so it's not just like this mess of props everywhere.
Maybe. I don't know. That's something to look into, I guess, for Epic. Well, guys, I think we're about wrapping up here. I mean, how long are we? 2 hours exactly. Oh my god.
nice.
Klarque, thank you for being here. Really do appreciate it. Where can the great people of this chat find you?
You can find me on any Score Clint or just Klarque Clint on any platform. You'll find me Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Actually, not Facebook. Facebook's probably the only platform you can.
Okay, fair enough.
But find me on anything. Jay, you have been fantastic. Lit, I would wish I could say the same for you, but you know.
Okay.
But okay.
Okay.
Because I clapped you 3 times.
We will be. I will be ending this stream, so it's like a separate podcast, so you all can go back and watch this after we're done after this episode. But we will probably be back again in like 5 minutes' time, streaming some games. I don't know if Klarque's staying or he's got to go somewhere, but we will definitely be playing some Fortnite after. But this stream, okay, awesome.
All right,
We're
cool.
going to end the stream now. Thank you for everyone being here. Until next time, it's been boy, Mrjayowhy. Till next time, bye bye.
And also, let's see.
Too bad. End it.
Darn.